welcome to Global Business. I am Imewere Uhiamohai. Today on the program, we're looking at how to turn what's in your environment to wealth. Of course, turning waste to wealth. But that's not all. We're also looking at young ladies in ICT. Yes. So what is it about ladies embracing ICT? Just last week here, we heard about 5 young girls who won the World Technovation Challenge in the United States of America. Now, these 5 girls from Anamabra State, that's from Regina Pachi Secondary School, Onitsha, who represented Nigeria and Africa in the World Technovation Challenge in the Silicon Valley in San Francisco, US, won the gold medal in the contest. The team, led by Uchenna Onwagmegbu Ugu, defeated representatives of other technological giants, including the USA, Spain, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and China, to clinch the gold medals. The Anambra girls, who have now become Africa's golden girls, are made up of 5 brilliant young ladies. Promise Unalui, Jessica Osita, Nwabwako Osai, Adeze Onuigbo, Vivian Okoye, the world champions who are reported to be attracting a lot of attention in the world's greatest technological hub, won the challenge with a mobile application called the FD Detector, which they developed to help tackle the challenge of fake pharmaceutical products in Nigeria. Under the tutelage of Uchenna Onwagmegbu Ugu, the CEO of Eduphone Technic STEM, the Golden Girls spent 5 months researching and developing FD Detector, which swept through over 2,000 competing applications to get to the finals in San Francisco. Technovation is a program that offers girls around the world the opportunity to learn the programming skills they need to emerge as tech entrepreneurs and leaders. Now, these girls have an application that is supposed to help those in the drug industry to help them detect fake drugs. They call it a Save a Soul application. We'll be bringing you their story. But more importantly, we have guests on the program. I have 3 young ladies who are into the techie world. We'll be asking them about these girls and how they are affecting their world and how you, as a young lady, should affect your world. So are you a young lady who is interested in technology, or you even have no interest in technology? You need to take a listen. Sit down, relax, and watch. Learn. And I'm sure you'll be inspired by today's program. First, let's go over to the environment sector as we look at waste to wealth. Okay, so we'll be talking about turning waste to wealth. What is waste? I'm talking about your debts, your dumps, or the dump sites. How can you turn them to wealth? Do you know that in Sweden, they import waste into the country? That's true. Of course, you'll be wondering, how can they do that? We're hearing more of that when we talk with Sunday Wabugu, who's our guest today. He's the head of facility of the British Council in Nigeria. Sunday, thank you very much. Now tell us about waste to wealth.
Thank you very much. Like you rightly mentioned, a country like Sweden has been able to realize that waste that is generated in their country can actually be recycled and used to generate power. As of today, Sweden as a country has been able to attain a zero waste in their country, that now they are actually importing waste, to be able to generate their power. There's a lot of benefits, from we can generate from managing our waste very effectively in Nigeria. And I think we have come to that point where we need to begin to look at the way we manage our waste in this country.
Now, I know that there is the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. What kind of wastes can be recycled? And beyond power, what else can we turn our waste to that will produce wealth?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. Talking about waste, when you talk about waste recycling, you need to be able to realize and understand how you need to segregate your waste very effectively. I'm not going to dwell much on that, but I'm going to dwell more particularly on plastic waste, which is a non-biodegradable waste. As we speak today, go and research it. A country like Ghana, currently as we speak, has been able to recycle all the plastics they collect in their country, and they use it in road construction, you know. And it's not just Ghana. There are so many other countries who have realized that this plastic, which has become a major pollutant, you know, in our environment today, can actually be effectively realized and used in road construction. And I understand that even the road constructed from the use of plastics are even much more durable than using the coal tar, you know. So there are so many other ways where you can actually turn waste. For instance, here in the British Council, we partnered with a recycling company, you know, sometime last month, and we brought some young Nigerians who have realized how to turn waste into wealth. We had a fashion parade here in our premises where they call Trashon, you know, that attracted even people from the Philippines, where you see, you know, waste and old clothes that have been thrown away being recycled, you know, and made into very lovely outfits, you know. So those are some of the ways that, you know, there's actually another group of ladies, you know, they brought from one of the village, being supported by that, you know, waste recycling company here in Abuja, where they support them to use old rugs, you know, and then recycle them to make mats and lovely mats that you can actually procure and use in your home. So these are some of the ways that can actually be, you know, recycled and, you know, turned into wealth here in Nigeria.
So Sunday, finally, looking at Nigeria, what is the potential of waste to our economy?
There is enormous benefits. I can't even start to mention it, you know, because it's a topic that I'm particularly interested in. I've taken my time to move around, and you know, we all know that so much waste is generated in this country, and I want to believe that if we're able to manage this waste very, very effectively, let us learn from what other countries have done, particularly in the area of power generation, which is a major problem that we have in this country. I believe that all the waste that we generate in this country can be recycled, you know, and it will go a long way to solve the problem of electricity, which we currently have in this country. So I want to use this opportunity to, you know, encourage all of us, encourage our government and everybody, all the stakeholders, to begin to look at how we manage the waste that we generate in this country and look at possible ways to effectively recycle them. And also it will go a long way to reduce the impact, the negative impact it has on the environment, the greenhouse effect, the gas emissions that, you know, emanate from the landfills where these wastes are dumped. So it's very important.
Let's look at monetary terms. How much do you think we can benefit?
Well, I can't really give you the figures, but if you look very well, I was reading on the internet today, and I was reading about some young Africans who have been able to generate millions of dollars from, you know, recycling materials. Even one of our daughters in Lagos, I think the daughter of the late Abiola, is being seen as, you know, featured even in CNN and some other places because of the tremendous, you know, benefits that she has accrued to herself from being able to recycle waste, you know, into wealth. So it's a topic and an interesting thing that one needs to critically look at and, you know, go into it, and you will see that what you can gain from there, it's very enormous actually.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sunday Nwabugo,
Yeah.
who is the head of facility of the British Council in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Now you have seen Sunday Nwabugo talking about waste to wealth. So I'm sure you learned a thing or two. There is wealth in everything. And there is wealth in ICT, of course. And we're going to be looking at the girls in ICT. We're starting with the Technovation Challenge. 5 young girls from Anamabra State in Nigeria won the gold medal at the Technovation Challenge. And they made an app, the FD Detector. What's the FD Detector? They call it the Save Our Soul Project. We'll be watching a clip of these young girls, 5 young girls that won this challenge. After then, we shall be meeting our own girls. That's global business girls in ICT.
It is devastating to learn that about 70% of the pharmaceutical products in Nigeria is fake. These disturbing statistics on fake drugs will make you look for Nigeria. In 1989, a number of children died in the University of Nigerian Hospital, Enugu, UNTH, after taking a poorly compounded chloroquine syrup. Some years back, 109 children died in two cities of Nigeria, Ibadan and Jos, after ingesting a paracetamol-based cough syrup. Recently, according to NAFDAC, Nigeria is the largest market for fake drugs, and that is why we are developing this app so as to eradicate the problem, which is fake drugs.
This app is mainly focusing on the sick and pharmaceutical companies, such as Oil Company and Enzo Company. This app is beneficial for all, but most especially the pharmaceutical companies. Why? Because there are people that produce the drug. How? For instance, after drugs have been supplied to their customers, not knowing that the drugs are fake, this may go to the instance of taking their customers' lives, and also returned goods may be returned to them, which decreases their profit.
Our revenue model, which makes us be in business, is all about our capital, our expenditure, our operating costs, and our development costs. We are expected to generate this app by partnering with some of the organizations, which are the pharmaceutical companies and some agencies like NAFDAC. This app has been made available for everyone to download, both the rich, the poor, and the average. So it is advisable to make use of an FD detector app to save lives.
When you click on our app, the first thing you're going to see, that's the login page. If you're a new user, you sign up. Then if you're an old user, you log in. Then you have two dashboards, the pharmaceutical dashboard and the customer's dashboard. If you have a pharmaceutical company, you need authentication from NAFDAC before you upload the drug and then send it to the market. If you are a customer, you click on the customer's dashboard. Then you see the home, the feedback or comments, the shared drug, or the profile. When you click on the home, you see the 6 categories of drug, their description, their side effects, their examples, and then the banned ones. Then the main feature of our app, which is to scan drug. When you click on the shared drug, this is an example of a barcode. You use your camera and then scan it. The app automatically detects if the drug is fake or real. If the drug is fake, it shows a red cancellation sign, which means the drug is not good for intake. But if the drug is real, it shows a green check mark, which shows that the drug is good for intake. Then, our app also shows you the expiration date of the real drugs. The comment is for you, our customers. Comment on our app for more improvements.
In 2008, Beribas Pharmaceutical Limited, the manufacturer of My Pikin Baby Titi mixture, sold a paracetamol-based syrup, which killed 80 babies because it was contaminated with an additive known as diethyl glycol. Millions of innocent lives have been lost due to this problem known as fake drug. That is why we have worked upon this problem by creating an app known as FD Detector.
Hi, my name is Chijike Zide.
My name is Onyo Nachukwu.
My name is Mary Aldi, and we are
Girls in ICT.
Chijoke Ezeibe, popularly called CJ, is a law graduate who fell in love with the media. This love drove her to find ways to leverage on tech to push for development and influence social change. As a practicing lawyer, she is also a vlogger, blogger, and manages social media accounts for organizations on a volunteering platform. Having been actively involved in these two industries, she is called Lawyer in Media. She believes that media is the new culture, and anyone who tends to drive for growth in business or other social spaces should tend towards this culture. Unachukwu Onyinye, or Janti, as her friends call her, holds a degree in electronic and computer engineering from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State, and a course certificate on enterprise system management and security from University of Colorado, USA. Her drive for ICT goes way back to her days in secondary school, where she represented her school in various ICT competitions and headed the school computer club. Janti is passionate about information, technology, and effective communication. As such, coordinates a good number of IT services, which includes network administration, web design, and development, as well as manages digital contents using social media marketing. Mary Audu is a graduate of mass communications from Madonna University, Okija. She is also a social media expert and handles social media platforms for organizations and individuals. Her love for ICT was birthed out of curiosity and love for information and technology. She believes that ICT is the way forward for young ladies who want to stand out. She also agrees that anything a man can do, a lady can do better. Her love for information technology has brought her this far. These are the girls in ICT. So welcome to Talking Point on Global Business, and today, like I told you earlier on, we'll be talking with young ladies. You've seen them, now we're going to hear them. So let's be talking to Chijoke Ezibe, Jonty Unachuku, and Meru Audu, young ladies seated right here, and of course they'll be looking at girls in ICT. Now, you girls, the first thing is, I know that a lot of girls are coming into ICT, and ICT, for those people who don't know, is information communication technology. You are information, that's communication, and this is technology. So now tell me, what spiked your interest in ICT?
Leaving secondary school, Facebook started and everybody wanted to be on Facebook. Then along the line, we started with To Go and everybody was... Okay, so I found myself searching every day for every new social media platform that comes out, and I just wanted to be in it. I just wanted to see. Let me just say I was so inquisitive. That was how I started with the whole thing, considering the fact that I also studied mass communication in school.
Now, the young ladies, 5 young girls winning in the United States, the Technovation Challenge. We saw them earlier on the program. Now, what's your impression about that?
I'm really happy that they were caught when they were very young, you understand? Because that was almost the age which I was caught into ICT. Like, growing up, I've always been a computer person. I want to be at the computer, I want to play games. Then up to my SS2, I went for a program to represent my school in a competition that has to do with web designing. So along the line, I was like, okay, fine, I think this is what I want to do. You know, growing up, every parent wants you to be a medical doctor, but for me, it was like, I think I just want to be in the front of computers. So it spiked my love for information technology, and I picked it from there. So I'm really happy for them. They will go far. That is, if the societal pressure doesn't bend them to be what they do not want to be. So it's going to be.
Okay, so now we have 3 young ladies. One is in information, you are in the tech, and then we have the communications person. I know you have a blog.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you have a blog.
I run a blog, and then I vlog to YouTube.
You have a vlog and a blog.
Yes.
Tell me, ICT is so vast. What spiked your own interest in vlogging and blogging?
All right, so like we always say, ICT is like a new culture in not just Nigeria, not just Africa, but the world. And it's a culture that young people tend to, you know, they are tending towards this culture. So if you want to pass an information, if you want to communicate with them, if you want to pass out stuff that would not just develop you, them, but businesses as well, and everything humanity, I think ICT is the way forward, and that's why I chose the path of using YouTube, using Instagram, using Facebook, Twitter. These are platforms that you find these young people in. So I thought about it. If you want to pass information to them, if you want to connect with them, if you want to influence them, then you should be where they are. So that's why I thought about passing information through blogs, YouTube, and all that.
Okay, it's all about providing solutions. So how does ICT help your individual businesses?
Before, we had stores where you just walk in and pick stuff you want to pick. But now we have online stores. We have people who are doing business on the social media space. We have, you could buy and sell with people you don't even have personal interactions with. So that's like you're already doing business. And like YouTube, you could post videos, and the number of views you have, the number of followers you have, you can make money from your views and from your followers. And also this is like business already taking a different shape. Basically every business now has a website and, you know, a social media handle that they're using to promote their products, they're using to promote what they do. And so yeah, that's basically it.
I work as a social media expert for my organization, and not just my organization, I get to manage so many people's platforms, and I get paid. Most times I consult for people, I just tell them what they could do, because there's some things about social media that people don't know. They feel they always have to pay somebody when they can actually do it themselves. So social media is a friendly platform, but a lot of people don't even know that. They feel I have to pay somebody to do this, I have to pay somebody to do this, when you can do it. But for organizations where they want someone, then they can actually employ somebody to do that.
So our own part, it's more like service. Even though the money is coming in, but it's more like a rendering service to people, because as a network engineer in an organization, it's your duty to make sure that everybody is connected to the internet. You work on the routers, you do the configurations, you do the troubleshooting. There is no internet, everybody's screaming your name. People can't send mails, maybe the domain is down, everybody's screaming your name. So and also broadcast engineering, so it's intertwined, like network engineering and broadcast engineering. So it's just like you being able to watch this program now is because all hands are on deck. Like aside the media people, there are still broadcast engineers who are back there making sure that your encoders are working properly, your amplifiers and all those stuff like that. But it's been a very nice experience. Like, even though you get paid for it, but the joy of doing what you love to do, it's what drives. That's what drives, yeah.
Okay, now coming from your experience, how have the female folks embraced ICT?
I would say now that it's becoming more encouraging. You see a lot more girls trying to go into engineering, though there may be challenges, you get. But I mean, if it's something you love to do, if it's in you, it's in you.
Coming into tech was like a challenge. Like I challenged myself, because I learned how to do what I do from a guy. I'm like, okay, if a guy can do it, why can't you do it as a girl? Most people these days, in fact, most girls, I'm sorry to say, they feel social media is just where you should meet people. They've not, where you should slay, that's the word. They feel you should slay on social media. They don't know you could actually use social media for a lot of things, like she does vlog and she blogs and you get paid for it. Ladies have to pick up the challenge and go into it. Talking about Wura Kolade, she's into cybersecurity. That's amazing. Like when I met her, I was like, a lady can actually do this.
Do you think you ladies are leading the way in the ICT?
If I'm not leading the way, I won't be seated here right now. So it's all about, every day is a new opportunity to keep getting better. It's all about, like my boss always say, research and development. It's not good enough to say that, okay, fine, I'm a network engineer, so yeah, you never get to where you want to be. You have to keep reading. ICT changes every day. Today we are using IP version 4, tomorrow we are using IP version 6, tomorrow, the next day is another one, you understand? So we are moving from, when we used to do analog transmission, now we're on digital transmission, you get? So even tomorrow, something else might come out. And we'll have to, so you have to keep developing yourself. So at that level, well, I'm not trying to be proud, but I think I'm doing well.
So what would you say are the challenges for ladies in ICT?
I've had scenarios where they're like, oh, you can't do something like this because you're a lady. The nature of my job is you have to start from the scratch. When maybe there are, let's say for example, broadcast engineering, and there are new transmitters and they have to be a mast that will be erected. So most times they'll be like, okay, fine. Even though we ladies, most times we might be scared of heights. But there are people who are willing to, okay, fine, I want to climb the mast. I want to see what goes on up there. But they'll be like, okay, no, you're a lady, you're probably going to get married someday and going to start having kids. And because they are trying to see the future for you, they won't even give you the chance to do that which you want to do in the present.
People are looking for value. When you have value, everyone forgets male or female. Everyone forgets your gender. Everyone is looking for value. So if you have value, if you have something that they're looking for, I think the challenge of you being a woman or you being a man is not going to come up at all. Yes, sometimes some people will try to stereotype you to a particular space, but if you know what you want, if you have it in you, man, they're going to look for you.
Challenges come. There are times that you might be trying to do something and it's not going, it's not working. You keep reading and you've not gotten that particular thing. But if you keep pressing, you definitely get there.
What's the future of young ladies in ICT?
There's so many advocacy for women to lead, for girls to lead. You know, they're catching them young from primary schools, secondary schools, teaching girls how to code. Because of this drive, because of this advocacy that is coming up, more girls are embracing ICT.
For we in tech, we have different branches, okay? We have the network engineering, we have the broadcast engineering, we have the programmers, and we have cybersecurity experts. So, and the truth of the matter is, in these 4 fields I've got, we have those into cloud computing too. In these fields I've called artificial intelligence. Funny enough, I know the finest people there, and they are ladies. There are boot camps for people in media. There are boot camps for girls in tech. Even you can get scholarship for ladies, women in engineering, women in technology. So stuff like that. It's really encouraging. There's a very bright future for ladies.
See, another reason why I feel we're going to be there is because, first of all, when you talk about vlogging, I see more ladies vlog than guys. It looks like this whole talking thing is for the ladies. Yeah. I think we're going to get there.
Oh, we're
there.
We're
there, right?
We're there already.
Girls in ICT rock.
That's it on the program Global Business. I hope that if you're a lady and you have been watching this, you are inspired. Remember, you can watch our YouTube channel if you missed it on television. The YouTube channel is Global Business on AIT. Send us a line, and of course, this program is up for sponsorship. Just call us. I am Imeweru Hyomakai. Remember, it's always nice doing business with you.